Hi folks, very long time no record. Actually that's not true. I did record a video about a week or so ago in an attempt to prep you all for the change to the Ride app. But by the time I got to it, they had already released the software and I figured everybody had figured it out by now. But we'll show that behavior again today because it sounds like maybe they changed it a little bit again. So this is the ATG, or the Advanced Testing Group email that I got this morning. It's Thursday, September 21st, I guess. so it's Thursday in the middle of September. And this is version 270, so this is a pre-release version. So some of these notes say that they changed the auto and manual pause. So basically what happens is you can pause the ride. If the ride auto pauses, you can then manually pause it, and when you do that, you need to manually unpause it. I'm not sure what the deal is with this or who asked for this, but I guess it's a good thing. I'm not really sure. I thought they had messed with auto pause and pause behavior in the last one. There's also a note here. I'm not sure how well this is showing up. Let me see if I can increase the brightness of the phone. There, that might be better. And maybe you can read this if the resolution is good enough. So the ability to stop and start queues during a ride. So this is probably good news for people, especially in the situation where maybe the queues stop working, or they get annoying, or you go off course and you're in a section. Their note says, if you're in a long stretch where you're familiar with the roads and you don't need the queues, you can turn them off and then turn them back on. There's another thing about revamped pause and resume behavior. I guess what's going to happen, and I haven't done it yet, so you and I will find out together, is that when you pause, you don't get the little pause icon kind of covering the screen. You get just the notification at the top. So to me, this is not a great thing. I know people didn't really understand what that symbol was sometimes, but I think just having a bar at the top of the screen is going to be less I don't know, I don't think it's going to be great as far as being able to see it. Prompt you to start ride on travel detected. So the problem with the previous change with the Ride app is that when you started out, if you didn't know that you were supposed to actually hit a button now or touch the little green bar in the top, which I'll show in a second, sorry, I'm distracted by a bee that's hovering around my foot for some reason. So you wouldn't necessarily know that you hadn't started the ride, because what happens now is all the data fields do actually populate even when you're paused. So it would potentially look like you were recording when you were not. So, and then there's some bug fixes. It says with auto pause, GPS behavior, fail to acquire GPS signal, menu slider doesn't disappear after auto resuming, side buttons not toggling on and off. So I don't really know what these are. For the record, I'm in cyclocross season now, and I am not using the Karoo on my cyclocross bike. So I only ride about 2 times a week on the road bike at this point. So I kind of haven't seen some of this behavior. But what we'll do tonight is, the weather is really cruddy right now. I'm hoping I don't get rained on, but I'm just trying to go out for about an hour and just spin my legs. We had a cyclocross training practice last night at a local course, so I'm a little bit tired and a little bit sore. So it's just basically a recovery ride and a leg spin. So let me put the phone away and kind of show some of this behavior quickly, and then we'll go for a ride. I will ride a route tonight, and I'll see if anything else is strange. So the new behavior here, you'll notice that there's basically not a start button here. It's just, and I can't remember if I thought that was like a start symbol and not a bicycle. But when you press this, we will add a route. Let's see, it's this one. We've done this route before. It has a good stopping point in the middle if I want to talk to you. And then you hit start. And so what happens is you can see the green bar at the top. Nothing's actually happening right now. You're getting my heart rate because that's the new behavior. My heart rate strap is on, but speed, power, all these things. Supposedly the time of day would increment. I think the ride time would increment. I should double check and make sure we're actually on the map. does appear that we're on the map. The start is a little bit down the street, but what you have to do in order to start a ride at this point, you have to either hit the start button here, or you can actually tap the top of the screen here. And you can see that it went into, well, now I'm already confused. Okay, the pause symbol doesn't completely go away. It does say in-ride auto pause, and the pause symbol isn't there, but you probably saw it just as well as I did, that it did appear on the screen briefly. So I'm not sure what they meant by getting past that. And you can see sort of this behavior, although now that I look at this, and when I did it last night, I used my Garmin watch last night, and the Garmin watch actually does the same thing. When it's sort of zeroing in on your location, when it first grabs a GPS signal, the Garmin watch actually did the same thing. It showed a brief speed as it kind of, I think, moved the location around to actually pinpoint where you were. And I did get a brief ride time on that. So you can see it says 2 seconds. I haven't moved, you've been here. But this isn't unusual behavior, so I'm actually not going to count that against it. And wow, we're already up to 6 minutes. So anyway, so you can pause, or I'll hit the pause button here for a second. I'm not sure what's going on. So you can remove the route. You can, oh, I see, you can stop queues. So that is a new feature. Remove the route, which I don't want to do, and resume. So once again, there's the pause symbol briefly, and it did start the ride again for 2 seconds. So that's a little weird, but 2 seconds here or there is not really a deal breaker. So closing in on 7 minutes for this introduction already. I'm going to stop here, go for a ride. One interesting thing to note is that, well, that's a very interesting thing to note. There are no turn-by-turn directions right now. So I guess I'll take off and see if those pop up. Or maybe just stop mid-ride and tell you what happened. Hi folks, I just complained about the weather as I left my driveway, and not quite sunny here yet, but it's getting there. So that's northerly. Now we're heading westerly, so it does look like the nicer weather's coming in. Probably get a good ride in tomorrow. I have the day off, so but back to the Karoo. You can see it's paused now. It's been paused for a while because I actually had some company here on my little platform, so I had to wait for folks to leave before I started recording. Thankfully, I'm dressed for winter. The Karoo says it's 63 degrees. I totally don't believe it. This is the first time I've had a long sleeve shirt on in quite a while. The wind is actually out of the north, so that's, I think, contributing to it feeling a little colder than normal. But you can see heart rate's going down. You can see all these things are, I guess they would be updating if there was more things to update. Really, the only thing that's going to update is heart rate and the time of day, I would hope. But the one thing to note is that I'm not getting turn-by-turn, and I can show you that it really should be working, and it's not. So I'm gonna pop out here. We're gonna go to the page. I think you saw that when I started, I was on this road with power. Navigation is set to on. So people have reported this as a problem where they have somehow broken turn-by-turn, and it appears that it's affecting me as well. I don't know what would happen if I deleted my map page and added one back in, or deleted I think one of the workarounds is to actually delete the whole page set and create another one, but I really don't want to do that if I don't have to, because I have a lot of pages. I guess 6 is a lot. That would be kind of a bummer and a pain. So I'm not sure what they've done. This is the first kind of bug that's actually affected me in a while. Otherwise, things seem okay. I just left it on auto pause, and you can see that there is not the little 2-bar notification on the screen. It does flash briefly when it goes into pause, and then it goes away. I'm honestly not sure what the reason for that is, because it really didn't bother me. And it seemed to be an effective way to display the pause situation, but I guess that that's their design decision. The rest of these screens are not going to be very exciting. Clearly, I have got my elevation screwed up again. I forgot to reset it, so it's showing negative elevation, and it's kind of all over the place. It says that I'm currently 15 feet below sea level, and there's the ocean, so probably 15 feet above, if anything. But And although the map is correct, so everything else is correct, and actually the track is correct for the map as well. So I have, you know, if I needed to, I could have followed the track. I don't need to. I just tried turn by turn just to try it. I may do a quick summary when I get back, although I'm not sure there's really anything to summarize. If anybody saw something in those data pages that's watching the video that I was doing wrong and had caused me to lose turn by turn, feel free to let me know. Otherwise, this may be the end of the video, and I'll compile this quickly and get it up just so you can kind of see the new start behavior, and I'll maybe put the notes up quickly on one of these screens about what the changes are for this advanced copy, I guess. So if you've gotten this far, thanks for watching. Hi folks, so just home. I didn't think I was going to record again, but while I was standing here I tried this little routine. I'm getting pretty good with the quirks of this device, and it seems like there's almost always a workaround to things, but they're not always obvious. So this did say stop cues. What I did was I hit stop cues, and then I hit add cues, and you can see from those two screens that the turn-by-turn directions came back. I'm not sure, they're not on this page, and I assume that's just because I'm not moving. But anyways, if you have that problem, I guess it's worth a try. Give it a shot and see if it works for you. That is not always working for everybody from what I've heard, but at least now that that menu option is there, it's worth a chance to maybe refresh the device and have it sort of do what it was supposed to do in the first place. Anyways, okay, this is it. Thanks for watching.